Hello and welcome back to another My 30-Day World Building Challenge. We are on day 11. We are full into double digits at this point, and we are talking today about who is fighting the evil that we talked about yesterday. Specifically today, we are answering the question, who opposes evil and injustice in your world? So let's dive in, shall we? First and foremost, I hope it's the heroes that my players play as that oppose evil and injustice in the world. Fingers crossed that they aren't agents of evil and injustice. That would be a real bummer of a campaign. But more specifically, within the city of Arjaat, there are investigators. I don't have a better name for them yet, but investigators is what we are going with. Basically, investigators come along anytime there is any dispute that needs to be solved. So if one business accuses another business of sabotaging its deliveries or whatever, right, the investigators come and they decide who is at fault, they issue citations, all that kind of stuff. They attempt to keep the peace. More so than, say, like a city guard, which would, run in if there is an active crime being committed. Investigators attempt to discern who's right and who's wrong in any given situation. One of the things that I really like about this campaign setting that I'm building is your players start as investigators. So rather than the, oh, how did you come to this bar and accept this contract and decide to be a hero? Your players have an active job that they are then sent out on missions to do. I think it clears a lot of the early entry to Dungeons and Dragons, especially for new players, where you are trying to decide why you're doing any of this adventuring nonsense. That's one of the things about Arjad is it has 0% unemployment, which means that anyone who wants a job can have a job, which is different than 100% employment, which means everyone has a job, regardless of if you want it or not. That's ridiculous. Anyone who wants a job can get hired into the investigators. There's always a need for the city to make sure that these laws that they have are being applied fairly and functionally to everyone. There are lots of reasons why your players could have joined the investigators, anything from simply want to make some money, want to start adventuring kind of, to I want to overthrow the government. All of those fall in line with why you would be a part of this specific group. And it also then allows you as the DM to really push, you have a job to do, it is this, go do it. Especially for those low-level players, those low-level characters where agency isn't something that is really afforded to them yet. When you're a level 1 adventurer, you shouldn't choose to go slay the dragon that's been terrorizing the city. You will die. You need something much smaller, like go slay the rats that are in the sewer, or go investigate this mystery that's happened. There are lots of jobs and missions that you can have low-level parties accomplish to get them to those mid to upper level heroes that can go out and do the more global, intergalactic, multiversal type things. So within the city of Arjat, it is these investigators that are opposing evil and injustice. A reminder back from way in video 1, Arjat has a limitless opportunity to it. There are lots of rules and laws that are put in place, but if you wanted to fight to the death, you can. It just takes lots of paperwork and some magic spells to make sure that you are not being unduly influenced. Because of these limitless possibilities, there has to be this social safety net in place to make sure that people aren't ruined by this system. So for example, let's say a husband goes and gambles his entire life savings away, leaving his wife and children penniless. The state comes in, provides for the wife and children while the husband works off the debt. And in these cases where it would require the state to step in and do something, the investigators are the first ones that are called to make sure what is necessary and right happens. That is who is opposing evil and injustice in the city of Arjat. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the iconic monsters of our world. You've noticed, no doubt, I'm trying to include more art, screen sharing type stuff when it is available. It's my good friend Kate Zellers, Kate Mayhem, on the various social media platforms. You should go buy her art and give her money. She's very talented, as you have seen, I'm going to say here and in other places in this video. Thank you so much for watching my 30-Day World Building Challenge Day 11. We will see you tomorrow for Day 12.